Afternoon everyone, my name is Leonie. I'm coming to you from South Africa. It is almost 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon, 5th of June. This is episode 47. I am going to make this short and sweet because I am starting to lose some light. And yeah, I wanted to come on and show some of my finished objects, a little bit of my whips, because I need to gift 2 of my finished objects ASAP. And yeah, haven't been here in a bit, but what's new? So if we can kick off, I'm wearing a ranunculus sweater. I made this one, I think it was my 3rd or 4th ranunculus sweater with Kaiso sock yarn, which is Knotty Habit 75% superwash merino fingering weight sock yarn, held together with African Expression Hope mohair. And yeah, it's one of my most worn sweaters. It's spilling a bit, but hey. Then I'm also wearing my Serenity scarf, which is a pattern by my friend Mariette from Die Boervrou. Very, very enjoyable knit, this one. My first time wearing it. And I must say, I was very impressed today with the warmth. This I made with Cowgirlblues sock yarn. I think it's proper sock, I think is the base, but it's also 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon in the colorway indigo. And by the way, some of these yarns you're gonna see in more projects soon. Okay, so let me get cracking before I lose all form of light. First finished object that I want to share is a pair of socks. Don't ask me the yarn. I lost the yarn label a couple of months ago, but it's just simple vanilla socks that I did on 2.25 millimeter 9-inch circulars Chaigu, and I did 20 rounds of 1x1 twisted rib, slip stitch, heel flap, heel turn gusset, and a Kitchener on the toe, so it's top down. Goodness, it's top down socks. And the sock blockers is my Kaiso sock blockers, also from Knotty Habit. I can now start wearing them. I need them. It's winter in the southern hemisphere. Just in time. Okay. Then the next 2 FOs are both gift knits that I mentioned in the previous episode I need to do. And I did them, and I need to give them ASAP. The first one is a baby blanket that is to be a gift for a friend of Peter's wife. I don't think that came out right now. It is a friend of Peter's wife that is pregnant, and I think she's due very soon. So it's just a continuous knitting in the round, growing the blanket out. Very simple square that you knit. And I finished it off with a I-cord. So no pattern, just winging it. The yarn that I used is Symphony from Classic Yarns, colorway 28. It is a 80% acrylic, 20% wool yarn, and I used a 6 millimeter needle, and the longest cord I had to do this. Yeah, not much more I can say about this, except it's off to its new home. I also had to knit a scarf and a hat for my brother-in-law that has been asking for quite a while, and I finally got around to doing it. So first of all, the hat Very simple, plain stockinette setup. I used a 3.25mm 40-inch needle. It was my Symphonies. Yeah. And the main color is just undyed yarn, sock yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, fingering weight that I have lots of, undyed. Then, as I said, this indigo, same one, so it's coming up. It's from Cowgirlblues, and then I dyed this myself, and it came out the way it came out. I used yellow and blue, and where the two colors met in the pan, you get some green, and I think it turned out quite cool. So this is mostly because my brother-in-law wanted this because he is a biker and he needed some extra protection in the winter, and his bike is white and blue and yellow. Yeah, there you go, hat done. And for the scarf, same concept, same colors, same yarn, just a very long tubular scarf. So it was quite an easy knit and relatively fast knit if you take into consideration 3.25mm fingering weight yarn to make a scarf. But it's just knit, count your rows, add a stripe, knit, add a stripe. Quite easy. Also with some ribbing at the beginning and the end, just to make sure it doesn't curl up on itself. Yeah, that's it for finished objects. The next finished object I want to show is staying in my Estereza Yarn Creations bag. You've seen it before, a couple of times I think. And it's still the Go-Go Dynamo shawl. It's not doing it for me too much. I don't know why. It's not the yarn, it's not the pattern, it's just, I think it's too much focus and intricacies and fingertjes that you need to do. So the last time I showed it, I was somewhere on this brioche, or I was due to start this brioche section. So that's done now, and I've added these bubbles, not really a bubble, but it's a bubble effect that it creates. And I've started with the very long row of wedges you need to do. That's it. Still got a lot of wedges to make all the way to the end. So by the time you're done with the wedges, the shawl is basically off the needles, but you're not done yet. But wait, there's more. There's always more. So I'm using also Kaiso sock yarn for this. Mincy dyed these as a custom dye for me in 2025, specifically for the MCAL. I bought 2 of each, so 1 of each is finished, and I'm on to the second cake of each color. Okay, that's that. Let's put it back in the bag. Don't know how long this is still going to take. Then my next project I want to show and tell, or whip, is staying in my Knotty Habit leather project bag. Love this bag, it's my favorite. And for this I'm using African Expressions Soul, which is a fingering weight yarn consisting of 15% kit mohair, 15% mulberry silk, 50% merino wool and 20% polyamide. It is the colorway 7062, which is a nice dark grey color. And I'm holding it double with, or not double, I'm holding it together with African Expressions Hope, which is 80% kit mohair and 20% polyamide. And this is colorway 6059, another grey. So these two held together, I'm using to make a hexie cardigan. So not following any pattern for this really. I think the technique is readily available enough on YouTube now. So yeah, not too much to say about that, except I'm not doing a granny cluster setup like most of the tutorials on YouTube and so on is. I've made one of those before, and I realized I would rather like something that's more solid. So I went with a solid granny square or granny hexagon to make myself a cardigan. So this is how far the one part is. I've already attached at the top for the arm. And in case you don't know, to make a hexie cardigan, instead of making a granny square, you make a granny hexagon. So it looks a little bit weird, but when you have made it big enough and you are ready to create your sleeve, you just fold it like this, and there is your sleeve and a part of your body. And it's quite straightforward, easy. Yeah, so I'm loving the texture and the drape on this. It's not too stiff. I was worried for a while it's going to be too stiff, but it's not. I'm using my 4mm clover crochet hook for this. And yeah, hoping I'll be done with this before winter is over. I think I will be. To be continued. Then the last project that I want to show is a sweater. Love it. Okay. The yarn. The yarn is from Knotty Habit's second term for 2026 yarn club, and this term it was double knit merino, 100% merino yarn, and she has this year, the theme for this year is famous paintings or famous painters, and I choose the Matisse colorway. So the yarn we got was this dark red, and I just wanted to do something simple and plain to showcase the yarn. That was the goal here. And so far, I'm happy with how it's coming out. I'm not following a pattern. I'm following my own, I don't know what you'd call it, mind. So it's a ripped neckband with raglan increases. I'm through the body. I decided on a split hem for the bottom, and this is about half of the length the hem is going to be, so I need to still add this amount of ribbing, and then the entire ribbing at the back is still due. Then it's on to the sleeves. I'm still contemplating what I want to do with the sleeves, whether I want to do it like, I definitely want full length sleeves and not short like these. So yeah, don't know if I want a puff at the cuff or do I want a gradual decrease. To be decided still. But yeah, love it. Using a 4.5mm needle with this double knit yarn, and very excited to get this done. I really want to have this sweater. Okay, So that's it. I'm still working on my Battenberg blanket. I am still working on my Cozy Sock Memories blanket, but the 1 or 2 blocks that got added is not worth showing. And yeah, that's it. In terms of life, work is busy as always, which is why I don't get enough knitting time and time to record and so on. So what's new? I'm currently working on like 4 different projects, quite big projects. So yeah, it's hectic. And then in terms of life, Peter's daughter, her husband, and our grandchildren came to visit at the end of April. So they were here for 2 weeks, and we were very lucky that we were able to celebrate her birthday while they were here, Peter's 60th birthday, as well as her husband's birthday. So it was an eventful 2 weeks. We got to spend a lot of quality time with them, and yeah, that's basically the highlight for me for the last 6 months since I last spoke to all of you. And coming up, there might be some changes, big-ish changes in our life. We'll see, and we are planning a nice holiday. Plane tickets bought. We need to get visas and so on, but as soon as everything is ticked, maybe I'll share some more and I'll share on Instagram. So yeah, there's a few things happening to look forward to, and yeah, looking forward to making a lot of sweaters. And that's it. So I really hope you all have a great weekend or week whenever you're watching this, and that you get a lot of knitting time. And my fellow Southern Hemisphereans, I don't know what's the right English word, may you all please stay warm and cozy. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you again. Bye.